What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and today, look, we usually go live Monday 6:30 p.m. Eastern, but called an audible, ended up still having issues with the basement. You honestly hate to see that. And then we also had College Football 25 out, so everybody's playing that, everybody's watching that content. Man, we are out here in these streets. And today, we're going to hit a nice, fast puppy over on Underdog Fantasy. If you haven't checked them out already, of course, make sure you do so by clicking the link either in the description, comment section, or pinned at the live chat right now. Go to Underdog Fantasy, use promo code RON. They will match your first deposit up to $250. Now, today, we're going to hop into a fast puppy. I figured why not do a little impromptu stream. I will be honest, I got caught up with a side quest today. You'll see. The thumbnail on this stream is a little bit different. The thumbnail on yesterday's video I actually revamped. It's summer. It's almost August. You guys know what that means. Everyone's going to be coming, watching the videos, preparing for their fantasy drafts, and I just felt like we're almost at 40,000 subscribers. It's probably time to stop making thumbnails in Microsoft PowerPoint. So, we're here, not in Microsoft PowerPoint, upgraded to Adobe Photoshop. Pretty much all day I've been learning Adobe Photoshop, and I feel like I'm in a decent spot. Like, this thumbnail looks good. The thumbnail I put on yesterday's video is actually nasty, and it's just, I want things to look better. So definitely make sure, I will say as well, the whole reason I'm bringing that up is because thumbnails are going to look a little bit different from here moving forward. So I just want you guys to know they're going to look different. Still click on them. Helps me out a ton. Really, my biggest fear is that the thumbnails change. You guys are like, where's Ron's videos at? Because they're not my usual thumbnail style. But now we're a little bit changed here. Learned Photoshop today, and it honestly wasn't as terrible as I thought. I had been kind of pushing it off for a while, and I figured, why not learn it on the fly? Summer is when everybody comes to watch videos, so why not have prettier thumbnails? So here we go. Let's hop into an underdog draft. We're going to do a fast puppy if anybody wants to hop in here. Just one draft today, nothing too crazy. Again, I've been, usually we do these at 6:30. We're here a little bit late. But that's just because, we were grinding in Photoshop. I've been literally watching tutorials all day on how to use Photoshop on like 2x speed, just absorbing everything. And I actually feel like I'm in a decent spot. So that's something to look out for. Again, I'll try to I usually don't put my face in thumbnails, but I'll probably start doing that a little bit more. I don't know. I have an irrational fear that people are going to be like, whose videos even are these? We have Among Us in chat. Who do we got? We got Eric Cipolla. Ron is late to the basement. I usually am. But we were here at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on the dot, as always. We got Corey in here. We got Henry Mudo. What's up? What's up? We got Hemp Slinging Slasher. What's up? We got Nathan in here. Longtime listener. Love the show. Best sheets in the biz. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. How was your trip to Pennsylvania? I did not go to Pennsylvania. I did go to New York City over the weekend. I competed in the BDGE trivia tournament, which was sick. And we ended up winning. It was super fun. I got asked last second. I don't have any affiliation to my fantasy life, but I was asked to be their last minute stand-in, and it was super fun. Mr. Trivia Champ, yes, sir. What's good, Ron? Do you have redraft rankings up yet on Patreon? I do. Patreon.com/Ron Stewart. I actually have them right now so you can upload them straight to Underdog, which is sick. Which I probably should upload my rankings in a second here. Just so I have them to draft off of. I sometimes taking them off. It sort of just depends on when if I'm auto drafting things. Because sometimes I will start a draft, hop in the shower, let it auto draft, and at that point I'd rather do ADP. Yeah, the last time I updated them was July 10th, so a week ago. This weekend I might touch them up just for a little tune-up, if you will. All right, putting the rankings in now, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, boom. I'm also in a embarrassing amount of slow drafts right now. Or actually, not that much, but a number that I don't love. All right, we are on the clock. We're gonna take Puka Nacua. Why not? I'll put it back on the screen here in a second so you guys can see. But the first round went Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Wow, that's a high pick for A.J. Brown. I guess he's just trying to see a different look. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs. Damn. Would have loved to see Jahmyr Gibbs get pushed past the turn, but very rarely happens. So we have a pretty shitty spot in this draft. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. So Marvin Harrison Jr. goes. We took Puka Nacua. I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm trying to just jam as much Nico Collins as I can right now. We're going to reach a little bit and take Nico. I'm fine with it. You could have talked me into Drake London. You could have talked me into Jonathan Taylor. But Nico Collins is a guy that I probably have like 8% up to 10% of, which is fine. But I really do want to get more Nico. I would love to be at like 15% Nico. I really do think that he's just that good at football, and he's going to be in a great offense. And I think if Diggs hurts anybody, it's Tank Dell. So that's where I'm at right now. We got Dalen here. What's up, man? Looking clean. Who's the lucky lady post-draft? Man. Nobody, man. Nobody. No lucky ladies, man. My lucky lady is my Xbox controller as I play College Football 25, which I'm very excited for, man. I played last night. I played about like 6 games with Rutgers in a dynasty where I am the offense coordinator, and pretty much the way I play is I just play every offensive snap. If it's a blowout in either direction, I will sim the rest of it. And I got humbled by Heisman, man. I got humbled by Heisman. Humbled. I went 2-4. My only wins were against FCS and Akron. Virginia Tech cleaned me. Wisconsin cleaned me. It's just bad, man. Anything else happen in this draft? JT goes London, Debo, Olave, Saquon, Devonta Adams. Mike Evans a little bit high there. So this guy RCB is just doing weird shit. A.J. Brown and Mike Evans are both pretty big reaches. Feelings on Ayuk right now, I'm fine with Ayuk. It is very interesting that he has the, requested a trade. The issue is I just don't see... The issue right now is he just has no leverage with that deal. Like, I don't think he's going to get traded. He can ask for a trade, but he's incentivized to not sit out because of the fines. He's on the 5th-year deal, or the 5th-year option of his deal. 49ers can just tag him next year. Like, he has no legs to stand on with this trade request. So I kind of doubt he gets moved. But, I mean, there's a couple spots, like if he was to go to the Chargers, that it would be good for him. There's a couple spots like Washington that it would be bad for. So, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. I'm not really moving Ayuk up or down. Or I guess he's slipping a little bit here. He goes 212 here. That's interesting. I can't say, like if I did a rankings update today, I can't say I would really move him up or down. I'm not really moved by the trade request because I just don't know that it's going to happen. I guess there's some uncertainty that he could hold out, but it would be a pretty huge upset if he was to hold out, just because of the way that like the fines are structured these days. DJ Moore goes, Tank Dell. I will say I've been cooling off on the Chicago receivers, mainly DJ Moore. Let's go. We already have Nico. Let's go Baltimore on the other side of that game with Zay Flowers. Why not? And then our next pick would be 59. So I guess we would just hope for Stroud there. 38. Is 38 too high for Mark Andrews? I almost want to take him, but... So Mahomes goes at this turn. I imagine he goes Kelsey. You could talk me into Laporta. Could talk me into ETN. My rank has Pittman. Give me Pittman. I don't like that at all, but we're gonna have a peek at this next pick of tight ends that we like. Like there might be a Kincaid that falls, and even if not, we're gonna have a look at like Kittle at worst at 62. So that's been a tough dichotomy for me. Is I just don't know that I want to take Sam Laporta in the 4th when I can get Kittle in the early 6th. I debated. You could have talked me into ETN for sure, but his ADP continues to slip, and that would have been a little bit of a reach. And Pittman, we got at a value there. I'm not really drafting a lot of Pittman. I'm fine drafting him past ADP. Didn't really want to go with a naked Jalen Hurts. So yeah, I don't know. That was a tough spot. I'm curious how you guys are playing that turn. What do we got? What do we got? Feelings on Ayuk right now? Okay, so that's what I just said. With Ayuk news, that made getting Ricky a bigger priority, I guess. Again, I'm not taking his trade request all that seriously, and that might be a mistake. It might be a mistake, but I'm not taking it all that seriously. It's kind of the best I can. Like I know that he requested it. I know he doesn't want to play for the 49ers, but a lot has to go his way to get moved off the team. I guess holdout risk is the biggest thing, but now there's like such massive fines for holding out. I just don't really see it. So you can do a bunch of these drafts and they all count during the season. Yes, sir. Probably the best way to do mock drafts is to hop in Underdog, use promo code RON, they'll match your first deposit up to $250, and you hop in these drafts for $5. You can get a feel for what ADP should look like. There's real money on the line. No one's auto-drafting kickers, and you can just get a feel for what fantasy drafts should look like because you're going to have guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. going at the 201, and in your home league draft, he's probably going to be going more at like the 3-4 turn, and you're going to sit there at the 3-4 turn, your pick's going to get to you, and you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Marvin Harrison Jr. is still around? He's the 201 on Underdog. You've been rebuilding Georgia? What do you mean you've been rebuilding Georgia among us? I should ban you from this chat for 5 minutes for saying that you've been rebuilding Georgia. What is there to rebuild, man? You play Road to Glory? I haven't yet. I plan to. I was honestly overwhelmed yesterday. I hopped into a couple exhibition games just to get my feet wet. And then I was giving it a hard look. Should I go Road to Glory? Should I go Dynasty? But I think it's got to be Dynasty just to get a feel for, the ball carriers, get a feel for everything. We got Mr. Bakes a lot. What's up? What's up? Does it play better than Madden 24? I think so. I think the gameplay is some of the most fun I've had. You sniped Team 11 on Dalton Schultz? Huh? How's the basement looking? It's still getting worked on. It seems like it's gonna be getting done here in the next day or so. It's still a work in progress though, man. I'm trying to get some backlights behind me too. Like you can see the jerseys are kind of dark back there. We're gonna get a light back there soon. It's all a work in progress, man. But here's the thing: by the time we get to August, that's when the lights shine the brightest. Ayuk to Buffalo would be sick too. Yeah, we got Dash Brew Crew. What's up? What's up? Neighbors 25 is not insane. No, that's his ADP, and I'm kind of fine paying that. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Ricky Pearsall on the pup. I wouldn't read too much into that this early though. Like I wouldn't use that as a reason not to draft him. So there goes Pitts. Huh. Man, I might get greedy and see if I can push. Let's go Mixon for the Houston-Baltimore stuff. I don't even really like him that much. We could actually go Pittman or Richardson to stack the Pittman, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I know that this team has been getting just set up for Stroud, but I'm fine playing that little mini stack of Mixon, Nico Collins with Flowers on the other side. You could have talked me into this pick or this Mixon pick being George Kittle instead, but I'm fine with it. So pick 12 is about as fun as a root canal? Yeah, dude. The back end sucks. You'll take Ayuk spot for 14 million, won't complain. Do you ever take onesies naked if they fall well past ADP? Yeah, for sure. Do you stream any college football? I wish. I just can't. I can't really justify the time spent in that at this current point. Went 2-star and road to glory and didn't play a snap for 2 seasons. Jeez. Who would be your ideal pick at number 5 overall in a full PPR, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex league? I will say I did just put out my top 12 rankings video yesterday. Make sure you check it out. It kind of flopped in the algorithm, so I would appreciate if any of you guys didn't see the video I dropped yesterday talking through the first round of draft picks, their ceiling and their floor. Make sure you check it out. But at like number 5, I'm looking at like Jamar Chase. I will say in a format where it's 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Full PPR still does value wide receivers though. I don't know. That's a tough one. To me, it's one of St. Brown, Chase, Jefferson, Brees, and Bijan, assuming the top 3 are gone, of Tyreek, CD, and McCaffrey. I don't know. I feel like we're still early, and I know it's not a great look for me not to be super opinionative, I guess is the right word for it, but we're so early right now. It's mid-July. We don't even have camp yet. I have a tough time, like, my first round rankings video I put out yesterday, I maybe only had like 2 or 3 differences with underdog ADP in terms of the first round, so it's tough. I'm not in a spot where I have like real conviction of anybody in the first round. Pretty much the top 8 to me are all really good picks. If you wanted to make an argument for first overall for CeeDee Lamb or Tyreek, you could. If you wanted to make an argument for as high as number 4 for any of Chase, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Brees, Bijan, you could. But to me, there's just a very clear 3 tiers. I think it's McCaffrey, CD, Tyreek as your top tier. Right? These 3. Then I would actually put A.J. Brown at the back with Garrett Wilson, Puka, and Gibbs. And then your middle tier is Jefferson, Chase, Amon-Ra, Brees, Bijan. That's kind of how I would break it down into the 3 tiers. You can have it ordered however you want within those tiers, is what I will say, though. What else? Who's your all-time favorite football player? Probably Darrelle Revis. Who's my all-time favorite Jet? If it's not Jets, you could talk me into Calvin Johnson. Bindles, good morning, Mr. Photoshop, dude. I've been grinding in the Photoshop all day, but I feel like I'm learning pretty quickly. I'm learning. Said it's crazy the disparity between Yahoo and underdog drafts. Just did a Yahoo mock and got Pittman in the 5th and Neighbors in the 7th. Yeah, that's crazy. Do you do any redraft with your buddies? Yes, sir. I have a home league that I've been in with my buddies since like junior year of high school. I think it's going like year 8 at this point, year 9. We filmed the draft party last year. I don't think we're going to do it again this year. Just kind of unlucky with a couple of variables, but the plan is for 2025 to film it again, so don't worry about that. Wow, so people really aren't drafting Addison, huh? Almost makes me want to take him. I'm going to take Ramondre, and if this guy pushes Addison again to the 8th, I'm taking him. Because I feel like a suspension's not a lock for him, you know? You guys have anything crazy? You guys have anything crazy in terms of this Jordan Addison thing? Like, is it crazy if I take him at 86th here? Like, this seems like a fine discount. What do you guys think, man? Can I take Addison here? 86th overall? I feel like it's fine. I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake that I end up regretting. I don't condone Addison's actions. I will go out there and say that, but I mean, 86th overall. No, it's certainly crazy what Addison did. I'm not advocating it, but he's gonna fall more. Well, I guess my thinking is that the fast puppy, it's like a snapshot. I guess it's not filling that fast though. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I caught the falling knife too early there. But there was no way he was coming back around. Not that that really mattered. But I don't know. There was no tight end that was really willing to take there. You could have talked me into another running back, but I didn't really want to. Could have talked me into Sutton instead. What's up, Brock? How are we? Said it might be weed, not alcohol. Yeah, I do wonder. I want to say I saw a tweet that Hayden like wrote this up over the weekend or something. Let me see real quick. I want to say Hayden wrote something up, but I could be completely misremembering him doing that. Yeah, I think I'm just an idiot. Oh, no. He wrote about him here. Where did Hayden end up ranking him? 93. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Took him at 86. He's 93rd for Hayden. Huh. So we really don't know. Apparently Deontay Hardy got a DUI in July and had a week 14 to 16 suspension. So the scary part with Addison is getting a suspension towards the back half of the year, I suppose. Huh. Could be a late season suspension. Man, who knows? Who knows? We changing Ayuk's ranking at all? I don't think so. I guess the biggest thing is, yeah, that's the biggest thing is that he goes out there on the pup. I guess, you know what? I'll actually fold to that. Earlier in this stream, I was saying I'm not really gonna budge on him, but because round 2 is just such like a big glob tier, I'll probably move him down within that tier just for the risk, Just for the risk that he does sit out like a psychopath. I guess that's the workaround, Brock, is that he goes on the pup and would he still have to pay the fines? Maybe he sits out and pays the fines and says, well, in the next contract I get, I'll just get the money to make up for it. As of right now, I'm not sure. I also want to take more Tyjae Spears. I will say, I know I got questioned in terms of, do I have my rankings out anywhere? I do have the rankings out on patreon.com/Ron Stewart, and I only say that not because I really expect you guys to purchase them in July, but I do plan on tweaking them this weekend so I can use them in underdog drafts if any of you guys are interested in them. So I will say I'm starting to sort of get into a groove of the guys that I want to draft more of. Man, we're sleeping on tight end right now. Man, we're going to go Dontavion. I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I'm fine just reaching on Dontavion Wicks in the 10th round. I'm more than fine with it. I know his ADP is 120 and I'm reaching by maybe a round, but he's not coming to that next turn. And I wanted another receiver. I wasn't really crazy about taking, you could have talked me into a Javonte. But, we already have Mixon, Ramondre Spears. I'm not taking Dallas Goedert unstacked, so I don't know. I figured why not just take a receiver. And then maybe we can even stop at 7 receivers on this team, and that could work out. People are saying Ayuk isn't getting traded. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he'll get traded either. Yeah, I agree. I think for sure you put Ayuk behind them. All right, yeah. I will say earlier in this stream I was being a bit stubborn of I'm not really going to move him because if he does get dealt, it could be to a better spot, and that could offset things. But the likelihood that he gets dealt versus the likelihood of him sitting out, it's much more likely that he sits out than gets dealt. So I think that's probably the play, is to move him like behind Nico, behind Waddle. Who do you guys prefer now, Ayuk or Debo? I'm curious on that. Where are we at on Ayuk versus Debo? You said his contract freezes if he doesn't play at all. I would think he would have to come off the PUP and play at least 6 games. Yeah. It's on the PUP if he's insane. Huh. Spears Wick's my most drafted players. Yeah, I've been trying to draft more of them. It's probably, you have both in Dynasty. Hell yeah. FFPC, Roma Dunze. Jeez, man. Tyler Sabo, that's a name I recognize. I gotta get on FPC here soon. I'm gonna look at the structures of the managed high stakes stuff, and we'll probably do our first one in August, but maybe we'll do one before then. I just don't want to do. We had managed league fever last year, high stakes managed fever, and it was too much. The waivers every week were truly a chore. Good night from Germany. Hell yeah. Have you considered to draft sometimes a little bit earlier for your European supporters? Yeah, but I'll say we're going to be streaming at all different times starting in August. So that's what, two and a half weeks away? I promise we'll have some midday streams during then, especially on the weekends. Just know that that's coming. Oh, give me Freiermuth all day, man. So there's Freiermuth. Rams. Okay, so we don't really have to worry about QB2 just yet. You could talk me into Dowdle. You could talk me into Downs, but I don't know that I want this many pass catchers with Anthony Richardson. You know? I don't know that I need Pittman and Downs, and then potentially like Jelani Woods later too. Xavier gets interesting. We're actually gonna go Marshawn Lloyd. We talked about him the other day, and I want more of him. You could have talked me into Dowdle there, but I was fine with either. And we have that Minnesota Green Bay game going on. I'm honestly just kind of taking players I want more of in this draft. Mina Kimes just said Wix is going off, or going to go off. I saw that too. Said, who is Mina Kimes? She's a female analyst on ESPN, and she does really, really good work, man. Still Ayuk over Debo. Debo's made of glass. Chris saying Debo. I love Ayuk, but I'm low-key worried he pulls a 2022 Debo and comes into the season out of shape. That's interesting. What are your thoughts on Josh Downs? As a biased Colts fan, he's my highest exposure. I don't love him or A.D. Mitchell. Josh Downs is a tough one because if you look at his splits a certain way before he got hurt during the season, and with Gardner Minshew, he was a monster, and then he got banged up, and then he sort of cooled off, and he has a low ADOT, and he wasn't all that efficient. So he's not like my favorite pick for a half PPR best ball. But I completely understand the year 2 upside, the idea that he could just be really, really good. But I also do get some Elijah Moore vibes, and then I also think A.D. Mitchell has a better chance at being out there in 2 wide receiver sets, and the Colts might not pass the ball as much. I don't know. I'm still drafting Josh Downs. I probably have over 10% Josh Downs, but he's certainly not a flawless pick. But he's a 12th round pick. None of them in this range are, you know? Don't know if Ayuk gets traded, but took a small plus 15,000 on 10 touchdowns each for Ayuk, Debo, Kittle. I guess you're hoping there that Ayuk gets moved. Are you streaming every day in August this year too? Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I don't know if it's going to start from August 1st, because I think I'm actually doing a short trip, like the very, very first weekend of August. But the Sunday I come back, like August 4th, we're going to stream from there through kickoff. I think that'll be like 4th to September 5th or September 4th, like the day before NFL kickoff. We'll be doing that for sure. And I agree. I had a fun time doing it last year. It was a little bit much at times, but I think it's the play. It's just a way to get more eyeballs on the channel, way to get more eyeballs on underdog. It's definitely fun. You said Sean Siegel Debo pilled you? Really? No, Siegel's the man. FFPC interface is the worst. I can't do it again. It's bad, but you got to go where the boomers are. If you want prices like Malik Neighbors in the 7th round, that's where you got to go. All right, we're going to go with Matthew Stafford here. And then we're just going to go with the 2 quarterback builds. We have Stafford to Puka. We could definitely use some kind of Arizona bring back if that's on the table. I think that won't be on the table until Michael Wilson at like the next turn, and even then we'll be lucky. I kind of want this to be a running back, I'm not going to lie. Because we can end this team with 7 receivers. Like, I think right now this team's going to be a 2-6-7-3 if I had to put my finger on it. We have Jalen Wright, Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyler Algier. Give me Jalen Wright. I've been drafting so much Jalen Wright, man. Simply what it comes down to is he has 2 different paths to getting touches and a really good offense, and he's the perfect Mike McDaniel archetype, and you can get him very late. Especially in a best ball, I think he's perfect. You say Mina Kimes is a bombshell Seahawks over? God. Down, boys. Down, boys. Down, boys. Good Lord, man. Just saw Mina Kimes. Okay, I'm in love. Well, actually, me personally, Mina Kimes, I actually think that she's just a great person who knows ball and someone that I'd like to have a sincere friendship with. I don't know what all of this objectifying is that's going on in my comments, but I won't stand for it. So that's my stance on the situation. If you even had one more flex in 20 instead of 18 rounds, how would this affect your draft strategy? That's a very interesting question. Probably draft even more wide receivers. Steichen will have Downs cooking, that's what I'm saying. You think Josh Downs' ADP is too low? I can hear it. Favorite Twitter fantasy football analyst? There's a lot of them that do good stuff. In terms of the guys that actually like post good stuff onto Twitter, I would say Jacob Gibbs is really good. I would say Ryan Heath is really good. I would say Dwayne McFarland is really good. I would say Pete Overzet is really good. Sam Sherman, Michael Leone. DraftKings and all other platforms like Underdog just run away with the BBM tournament style play, and that's where all the elites draft from. I think so. I saw Big Cat from Barstool were in the was in like this $10,000 buy-in that Justin Herzig and Alsimo were in yesterday, because they're doing like best ball week over there with that site. And it's very funny. I think that he drafted Josh Allen, Dak, and Matthew Stafford on his best ball team. He literally lit $10,000 on fire. All right, let's see. So we don't need any more quarterbacks. Running back, tight end, wide receiver. Give me Jonnu. Fine taking an unstacked Jonnu there. Damn, I should have taken Wandale. Wando had the week 17 versus Richardson. That was so dumb. Damn. I do wish I did not do that. All right, so we're going to take Tyrone Tracy instead. He'll be our last running back. Our last 2 picks will be wide receiver and tight end. Yeah, 2, 6, 7, 3. But yeah, I do wish that was Wando. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. And then we'll go probably like Jelani Woods, or you could talk me into a Rams tight end. You could talk me into a Giants tight end. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, yeah, Ian Hartitz is good. Rip Noah more parties. Yeah, Noah's a beast. How do girls... Wow. Wizard Grizzly Bear. Come on, man. How do girls/dates react when you tell them you do fantasy football for a living? I usually avoid the question. It's not like I really go on dates and stuff, but it definitely comes up if like I'm at a bar and I meet a girl, or just out meet a girl. Like, what do you do? I usually just say YouTube. I say YouTube, and then if they dig further, I'll tell them like what I actually do. And they don't really like, it's not all that appealing, because I don't know, I'm not gonna be like, here's my subscribers and my monthly revenue, in case if you want to know. But a lot of times, if you tell a girl you do YouTube, they probably think you're a loser. The only time that it's actually ever like worked out in my favor was that a girl's friend that she came to the bar with knew who I was. He was a guy who watched the videos, and that's actually kind of a cheat code. I won't lie. That's kind of a cheat code. But that's really it, man. Self-employed business owner, yeah, I've done that before. They'll pretend to be interested. They'll using Draft Caddy or Overlay. I gotta be honest, I don't like it a lot, man. I don't like it a ton, but it is what it is. Your fiance likes you for your fantasy knowledge. It's at the bar, bro. Just lie. I'm a bit of a nerd, not a lot of data analytics. Yeah, no. Just tell the girls you're a self-made millionaire. I have a YouTube channel, The Third Leg. Yeah, man. Nah, I don't make them subscribe, you know? I don't know. You guys are up in my business right now. But no, I do find usually it's not a huge talking point. So I don't know. I don't like to... I'm also not even a spot where it's much of a brag yet. Let's do Rams, Colts. We're going to do Greg Dortch on the other side of that Rams game. And then we're going to take a tight end. Probably Jelani Woods. I don't even really like Jelani Woods, but... Yeah, that's the other issue. You tell somebody you're self-employed and they think that you're just like kind of a loser. Yeah, I went to the... You're like, I low-key hate when girls ask what I do. I honestly don't enjoy the question in general. I went to the dentist on last Friday, and like they were making small talk with me, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, it's like off work today. And she's like, oh, well, what do you do? I was like, I make YouTube videos. So she's like, what do you mean you took off work? I was like, I mean, I'm here. I'm not making videos. Data analyst using Excel. I don't know that that'll work out. Do you know who I am? I've never in my life used that line, man. But all right, I think that went well. I think that went well. No, 1000%. Like I almost have to like make it clear that I'm making money doing this. Just say I'm not a liar. That's really the thing with me. And they ask too many damn questions. All right, so here's the squad. We'll talk about the final squad and then we'll get out of here. Sorry for the short stream today. Like I said, was busy all day learning Photoshop, trying to get better. I will say, please, 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 if you do one thing in this stream, no, I don't even want to like, I don't even want to subscribe. I don't want any of that. Make sure you watch yesterday's video. Again, it flopped in the algorithm, but I really do think I changed the title, I changed the thumbnail. I think it's going to do better now. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already. I just put the link in the live chat. But the final team here, again, we'll be streaming again 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I also think that we're going to stream with the stock exchange boys later on in the week. So be on the lookout for that. I don't have a scheduled time for that just yet, though. But in today's stream, we went Puka, Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, Michael Pittman Jr., Joe Mixon, A-Rich, Ramondre, Jordan Addison, Tyjae Spears, Dontavion Wicks, Pat Fryermuth, Marshawn Lloyd, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Wright, Jonnu Smith, Tyron Tracy, Greg Dortch, and Jelani Woods for a nice 2-6-7-3 in the Fast Puppy. As always, if you haven't done it already, make sure you check out Underdog Fantasy. They have the Fast Puppy, the Slow Puppy, $5 enter, $100,000 to first place. It is the perfect way to get ready for your home league draft where you can hop in there for just $5, get a feel for what fantasy drafts should look like when there's money on the line and people are drafting optimally is the best way I can put it. You can find the link to Underdog Fantasy in the description, live chat, and the comment section down below, pinned at the top. As always, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.